All right, it's 11:20 in the evening, Friday, 30th September 2022. Anybody who has joined in, please confirm if my audio is clear or not, and then we'll begin. Just waiting for a confirmation for the audio. Someone please confirm if my audio is clear. Am I audible? Am I sounding? All right. Thank you for confirming. Thank you so much, Naveen. Thank you so much, Vaibhavi. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in on such a short notice. This video I'm doing on my Instagram live, but I'm pretty sure I'll be uploading it on my official YouTube channel, that's Wicky David, and also a personal vlogs channel, Wicky Vlogs, and also I'll upload it on my another religious channel which I've never spoken about on Instagram, and neither will I speak intentionally in future. So these videos will be watched by my trainees, maybe business stakeholders, and friends, family and relatives, probably my neighbors in the locality, and YouTube subscribers who do not know me personally. So they'll be watching in. As you can read, the title of this video is Dad Got Diagnosed with Cancer. Now, first of all, the reason why I'm sounding a little low is because usually I sound a little energetic. Today I'm just gonna keep my volume a little low because my dad is sleeping in another room, and I haven't really told him that he's got diagnosed with cancer, so I don't want him to hear that. All right, so the thing is, welcome once again everybody for this quick intimation video which I wanted to do. As you read the title, Dad has been diagnosed with cancer, and I felt it's my duty, responsibility of who I carry myself to be in my business, on social media. I thought it is my duty that I inform you what's happening in my life, because it would not look nice if I just upload a story later and inform something worst. And other people would, say, keep on telling their followers, subscriber, like Insta fam, YouTube family and Instagram family. But then I never call my followers family or YouTube subscribers as family, because I believe in not calling them family, but treating them as family. So today, 30th of September 2022, I've got my final reports of Dad, which basically proves that he has been diagnosed with cancer. Now, how it all started and what is his current situation, how are we going to take it forward, and how am I dealing with it is what I'll be covering in this video. So it happened a month ago. Instagram पे आपको पता ही है, you must be knowing, my dad smokes a lot many cigarettes. By lot many, I think usually between 30 to 40 is normal number of cigarettes that he smokes, and he has been smoking since last so many years. Okay, so many years. So the thing is, initially he before he took up a job in income tax, he had worked, done odd jobs as well. He had also worked in biscuit factory, Britannia biscuit factory. He had also worked in cigarette factory. And believe me, when he was working with a cigarette factory, he never smoked. And neither he liked biscuits when he used to, work in the biscuit factory, because वो मन उब गया था biscuit देख के, उसकी smell ले लेके. Same with cigarette. Later on, when he got a job in income tax, that's where he got the habit of smoking and everything, which has remained with him till now, till today as I speak. He tried quitting on several occasions. One prime occasion was like when he got married. He promised my mom on the day of marriage that he's going to quit smoking. Eventually he did not. The day he got married and got my mom to Mumbai, and he was taking her on Mumbai Darshan, तभी उनको he started getting withdrawal symptom, and he requested my mom that whether he can start again, and my mom was like, it's up to you. And from that day it's no turning back. Now a month ago, what happened, he started getting cough, and he started getting cough when he was going to bed. So in the night between 2 and 3, he would usually wake up and start coughing, and that cough didn't sound like normal. It looked like he is taking a lot of efforts to cough, So I took it as an alarm. because those who know me from 2017 on Instagram, and those who know me personally before 2017, they know I had admitted my father in Seven Hills in the year 2017, approximately 2017 or 18 roughly. That time he had been diagnosed with tuberculosis, and by God's grace he got well, got cured. But so I was just thinking maybe it is a relapse, maybe it is a tuberculosis which is trying to make a comeback. So I took him to our family doctor who cured him back in 2018 at Seven Hills, Dr. Mir Shah. He sits at Andheri Apollo Clinic. So I took him there, and while doing the general checkup with stethoscope, the doctor checked his back, and from his back, doctor gave me like, Vicky, I can't hear anything. So I realized this is something serious, and then the doctor immediately told us that get an X-ray done. We did the X-ray, and immediately on the screen I could see his right lung was completely looking white in an X-ray. Usually you see things and those things are supposed to be black, except your ribs, slightly. But then his whole right side was looking white. And the doctor said, Vicky, we would need to do a ultrasound to determine what exactly it is. It looks like fluid, but we need to check whether it is, what exactly it must be, how much it has gathered. So we did an ultrasound, we did an ECG, and we also did CT scan, and it turned out that it was pleural effusion. That's the whole name of that thing, which is fluid in the lung. So doctor said, Vicky, you would have to admit your father for, let's say, a week, and we would drain the fluid by doing a technique which is called as fluid tapping. So that time I requested doctor with joining hands. I told him, doctor, please don't suggest admission. If it is possible to get things done in OPD, I'll be really grateful to you forever. Because I had lost my mom, by getting her admitted. Obviously, this is going to be private, but I didn't want to take any risk. So doctor said, "Okay, Vicky, I will try to get things done in OPD, but in entire Andheri, there are only 2 doctors who do it. And given the age of your father, I need to speak to them first, and they should agree to get things done in OPD." So one of the doctor who agreed, fortunately it was near to my home, he agreed to do the fluid tapping in OPD basis as a no admission required. We went there, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he underwent that procedure where a needle is inserted in your back, and then the whole fluid is drained and everything happens, and this is ultrasound guided. So after half an hour, 45 minutes, the nurse called me in, and she's like, Vicky, we have drained the fluid. Do you want to see how it looks? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And she just uncovered the vessel, whatever the equipment is, and it was about 1.5 to 2 liters of fluid, red in color. And she was like, hey, we have removed almost everything. And then I was like, how much is remaining and how would we remove that? And they were like, we don't remove the whole thing because it becomes life threatening. So this is what we have removed, and now we'll see other ways to get rid of the remaining fluid. Then we have to send this fluid for lab tests. We need to understand what exactly that fluid is all about. Now, first of all, let me take a quick pause and tell you why the hell am I sharing this. This is because, number one, if you were to face similar situation, you will be as prepared as I am today. God forbid, if you were to face something like this in your distant relative or somebody, you need to know what exactly the procedures are. That's the only thing, because I tried finding things on internet, and I was able to make myself aware in the beginning. So so the next step was to get that fluid test done. So we did various tests. Apart from those fluid testing, we also did sputum test just to check if it is tuberculosis which is creating this fluid, or trying to make a relapse. Apparently the report for the fluid would have taken about 2 weeks, and that's exactly what happened. We got the reports. We started getting the report. There were around 10-20 tests we had to do out of that fluid, and we started getting the reports. The reports which I was getting were negative. He didn't have any problem. He didn't have any issues with that fluid. It all looked normal. And because it was normal with no tuberculosis or something related to that, a doctor suggested that we do something called as block cell test, if I have said it correct, block cell test. And this test is basically done to check whether you have cancer or not. So we went ahead, we did it just to rule out any possibilities, and turned out the report came in yesterday. Last night the report came in, and believe me, when we go on Google to search what is the name of the disease based on a symptom as common as common cold, where does Google take us to? It always takes us to cancer, right? You search for symptoms like common cold, you search for elbow pain, or you search for your tooth pain. Google will always come back and tell you the worst, that is, you probably have cancer. That's the worst that you could have. Now when I got this report yesterday, which was related to a cancer test, I tried taking the diagnosis on the Google, on the internet, but believe me, not a single result I found accurate with regards to cancer. So जो common चीज है उसका Google आसानी से बोल देता है कि भाई साहब हो सकता है कैंसर भी हो, बट अब जब हुआ है, पता चल रहा है रिपोर्ट से शायद वो हो सकता है, उसके बारे में मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ, trying to search. Google didn't give me any answer. Okay, whatever. So I happened to take the report, call my doctor, same doctor, and he said, Vicky, you come down tomorrow and we'll discuss whatever it is. I'll let you know, better you come. And now today I went to meet the doctor, and then he told me, Vicky, it is cancer, and it is lung cancer, which is the worst of cancer in the cancer category. That's the worst cancer that one can get affected with, and most of the time it affects only smokers. But they as in the doctors say, that those who have lung can have a lung cancer. So when he said that, I asked him, okay, what's next? How do we deal with it? And then the doctor said, Vicky, you will have to do something called as a PET scan, PET. I repeat, Papa, Echo, Tango, PET, PET scan. Okay, you will have to do something called as PET scan, whole body. And once you do that test, we'll come to know what stage it is and how much it has spread and how exactly does it look. The doctor also told me that outside this test happened somewhere between 25 to 30,000, and he gave me reference of known people where if I do it there, it would cost me somewhere between 17 to 20,000. Fair enough. So then I asked doctor, like, how would be the treatment and what exactly, I mean, how many days, those things that you see and have heard in movies. So he said, Vicky, right now you won't get answers to these. We'll need to have that report, and only once we get the report is we will be able to figure out what needs to be done, how it can be fixed. So that's how I came to know that my dad has been diagnosed with cancer. Again, those who have joined in now, I have said it in the beginning, the reason I'm keeping my volume low is because my dad is sleeping. I haven't really told him that he has cancer. Now, why haven't I told him that he is having cancer is because, by God's grace, as of now, he walks fine, he sits fine, he goes out as usual. He tells me that he has stopped smoking since last 3 weeks. Apparently, I've checked with my, shopkeeper friends around, and they said no, he still smokes. So, fair enough. There are certain habits which you cannot quit really. And nor do I want to say and give you gyan कि यार you quit smoking, otherwise you would probably get cancer. जिसको होना है वो होता है, जिसको जो कुछ भी नहीं करता है उसको भी होता है. So it's up to God, and if you want to get affected, you will get. So leave that part. So he's fit and fine. He's able to walk as usual. He's maintaining his routine. He goes out in the morning, gets his newspaper. He also wants to go out a little far as he usually does. We are just trying to be protective and tell him that just remain a little closer to home and don't go very far. Now, what have I told dad, and what has he been diagnosed with? I have told him that what dad, you have got some sort of cyst as in Hindi mein gaat, and we need to test what it is and for that I need to now take you to a different hospital. Now, here I'll take a pause. When I left from that clinic after discussing with the doctor, I was recommended by one of my very close friends that Vicky, check with Ayurvedic treatment. So I called those Ayurvedic people. I went there, and before going there, I also called up the most famous hospital for cancer in India, probably, especially in Mumbai, Tata Cancer Hospital. So I called them and told them what it is, and they said you can come down on a Monday between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. and we'll see from there how it needs to be taken ahead. Now, other than that, I got in touch with those Ayurvedic people. They told me you need not worry at all. We have some medicines. These medicines are approved by Ayush Ministry of the government, and these medicines are not kept ready. These are made, as per the patient request. And they gave me so much of confidence. They said that if you take these medicines, in about 45 to 50 days, you're gonna see results. And they challenged me that you take this treatment, Ayurvedic treatment, follow the routine which we are going to tell you, and after 45 to 50 days, you go out anywhere in diagnostic, get his body checked up, and you will see huge difference. So what have I decided so far? I decided first I'll go to tomorrow. I have booked a consultation with those Ayurvedic guys. I'll go do a consultation, see what the technique is going to be, and at the same time I'm also gonna go to Tata Hospital, Tata Cancer Hospital on a Monday along with my dad and see what they have to say, and we'll get a PET scan as well, so that when we begin the Ayurvedic treatment, if at all we are beginning, then we'll have this PET scan, and after 45-50 days we can check. So this is the update now. Other than this, first thing, through this video I want to communicate to everybody that I know personally, in my family, relatives, friends, whatever, so a lot of relatives are gonna get hurt, because as you know, in India they don't want to be communicated through video. So expectation hota na that okay, this guy will call and inform, humko to video se pata chal. So joining hands, I don't have time to call each one of you and explain you what has happened. So consider this video as official communication. This is how it is. It's 2022. Other than this, when I came home, I was more worried not about my dad, because my dad is just like me, very confident, and I was more worried about my sister. I know she's watching me live here. I was worried that how am I gonna break the news to her, but then I didn't want to kind of keep her in darkness. I told that this is what it is, and before I tell her, she had understood by the report that it has something to do with cancer. For some reason, she seems to be more intelligent than me in this area, but that's okay. We'll try to defeat her in somewhere else. Anyway, so she happened to know that when I told her that this is what the doctor has said, and this is officially, he has said that he has got cancer, she started crying. She broke down and she started crying, and this is what I told her. I told her, see, first of all, stop crying because of two reasons. The first reason, till date, my dad has got tuberculosis thrice in life. The first time he got was when I was in primary school. I still remember the day was Gokul Ashtami, Dahi Handi. So we went to a doctor. He had similar problem, and the doctor said he has got tuberculosis that time. We were kids. We had our mom, and that time no Google obviously, and very less information we have had. We were crying. We were devastated at that very moment as a kid. We prayed a lot. My mom prayed a lot. She, did a lot of things, and fortunately, he got well. So God gave him a second life. Second time too, when we were in secondary, he obviously did not stop or did not quit smoking. Second time too, he got tuberculosis. That was when I was in secondary this time. Again, we were devastated. We prayed and we reminded Dad, how important it is for you to quit smoking, because we are there. The sisters were there, like my auntie, my grandmother was there, and he promises that he would quit. That didn't work out. He still continued. Third time he had tuberculosis was recently in 2018. Again we prayed. Again he got third life. Not second life. He got second life. He got third life. he got fourth life. So I told her, have faith in God and first of all thank Him. What if when we were kid, when at the first time when he got diagnosed with tuberculosis, what if he would have been taken away that time from us? No, God gave him another 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to be with us. So if God wants to, give him another life, He will. If He doesn't want to give another life, that's still okay. That is what we say as a Christian, let thy will be done. Means let God's will be done. Imagine this with one example. I would say you were in need of money and you went to, let's say, one person. You borrowed money first time. Another time too, you had need of that money. You borrowed money the second time after, let's say, a couple of years. After a few years, you went to him third time and you said, I really need money. And again, he lent you that amount which you asked. Let's just suppose fourth time too you went to him and said, I need money. And this time, let's just say that person turns you down. That person turns you down. What do you do to that person? Do you start hating him just because he did not help you the fourth time? Or do you remember the 3 times he helped you and you be like, I understand this time, the fourth time? That's exactly what I told my sister. God has helped him last 3 times when he caught tuberculosis, and maybe God will help him this time too. You never know. But if He doesn't, does not mean that we need to lose faith. That's the first thing that I told. And what was the second thing? I told second thing. What was that? There's the first thing I told. I don't know. I would. So what was the second thing? I'll write it down somewhere in the comment, or maybe I'll add it in the description. What I said there. Yeah, this is the second thing I told her. Yeah, correct. I remember. Yes, thank God I remember. So the second thing I told her was, listen, imagine the worst thing. If we wake up one morning and you take tea or coffee and go to his room one fine morning, and if you were to discover something worst, by worst I mean you see your father dead. You woke up one morning, you took a cup of coffee, and you went and you realized your father is dead. How devastating it would be. It would be more devastating unexpectedly if he passes away. So I and we both should be grateful to God that, let's just say, we know what he is going through and what it may lead to. So we are better prepared. So we know that, okay, this is there and that may happen. We don't know when, because that's in God's hand. Doctor is lifesaver, God is life giver. So doctor cannot say how many months, days, years he will live. It's just with God. God knows the exact time, but we know that something may happen. So now we are better prepared. People think, I don't know, other people when you will come to know when you're going to die, you're not going to live happily. I think those are stupid people. Okay, those who know me personally, my students, they know how fucking positive I am. I take positivity out of every single thing. I told her this, this is how I look up to. When I used to go to my office, when I was an employee, when I used to report at 9 o'clock, I knew if I have entered at 9 in the morning, I know what my logout time is going to be. I would log out at, let's say, 5:30 or 6 p.m. By knowing that I'll be logging out at 6 p.m. in the evening, I do not stop working at 5. I have to still work, knowing that work may get extended or may go beyond 6 o'clock. We still have to work at 5. We have to take that task which will be of 2 hours, knowing that we may not have that much time left to carry out that work, but we still work. That's how we should be. Just by knowing that he has been diagnosed with cancer and probably will have, not enough time, does not mean we start crying, weeping, and just sitting sad. It's just that we know now that we have limited time, we got to spend it really well. So yeah, this is the second thing I told, because see, at the end of the day, I practice what I preach. And I'm a fucking confident guy. I don't get breakdown easily. I do not get low easily, especially with things like this. these, I do not. So wo hai baat, this is what I've told her, and I would suggest you also to stay strong with whatever life may throw at you. Now, other than this, just a quick update. Very happy to share right now. It's been 3 years that I haven't gone anywhere for training. I haven't been to a single college in last 3 years. The last college that I went to was IIT Palakkad, Kerala. That was my last offline physical project that I've actually stepped out of home and gone. After that, this fucking lockdown, and I'm at home, and I have not even once taken this tiger session online. I never sent a fucking proposal to institute saying that, hey, you know what, it's online, let me sell my course to of let's say for rupees 99, 199, 399. No, I kept it strong. I haven't gone online, and finally after 3 years, because of your well wishes and prayers from my home, I'm going for a project finally after 3 years, and this time it's really far. My students know I hate going to the same institute over and over again. I hate going to the same place over and over again. I had many opportunities to go back to same institutes where some of you are from, but then I haven't. Unfortunately, this time it's really a new place. I should start from my home on a Wednesday. That's when I will reach the institute on Friday. So you can understand how far that is. And I've told my father that this is what it is. The project have come. Should I go? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. Why not? And yes, I have made backup plans. Like I've, requested my friend who is there in Mumbai to be available in my absence. So he'll be there. But yeah, that's the good news that I want to share. And all these circumstances have come, but then I'm gonna stay professional as always and follow my principles and not get affected with it. That's where I posted this story saying that dad has got diagnosed with cancer, but then business continues as usual. And so yeah, that's about it. And this will be the only update on his issue. I'll be getting busy with training projects in the coming week, and whatever are these small updates I would probably not give you until something really important comes up. And other than this, just a quick information on my mom's COVID compensation. It's still pending, still due. It's been 3 months now, but yeah, the government is yet to pay the compensation. So once that comes, we will begin with the foundation. It's not that we are waiting for that money only to come, only then we can start a foundation. I can start a foundation right at this very moment, but then there is a different sentiment attached with the money which I would get as a gift from my mom. I don't look at it as a compensation, but I look at it as a gift from my mom. That's where I'll be starting this foundation. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And one important request for people who know me personally, who know where I stay, who know my father, please don't come home and ask him how is he doing and how is he carrying himself after being diagnosed with cancer, because I haven't told him, my sister haven't told him, we haven't told him, because he's very positive and we want him to remain positive. It's not that he will become negative by knowing that. I'm very sure that day when he comes to know, instead of 30, he's gonna smoke about like 50 cigarettes and enjoy. That's how he is. But then we don't want to take any load, and I hope you understand. So my sincere request for joining hands to those who know me personally, my father, those who know where I stay. Please don't come home or ask my dad on the way, now how is he doing after knowing that he's been diagnosed with cancer. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much. It's almost 11:45, 50, 11:50. We keep it short. We'll try to save this video and we'll upload it elsewhere. Thank you so much for joining in. Good night. Take care. Jai Hind.